Hello, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Alisa. I'm from English Literature Department. Then in this time, I will give short explanations of my knowledge about the history of English affixes. And according to this, the English words are essential borrowings from other language, mostly with Latin or Greek origins. That's called roots, formed by addition to them by parts, that's called affixes, attached to their pronoun and end. So, by the guessing of the meaning of unknown words by such elements, then we will learn about the affixes. And guys, as we know, affixes is a words elements attached to words may either precede as prefix or follow as suffixes. And in linguistics, an affix is a morpheme that is attached to a word stem to form a new word or word forms. Affixes may be derivational, like English, ness, and pre, or inflectional, like English plural with s and past tense with ed. They are both morphemes by definitions. Prefix and suffix may be is called separable affixes. And an affix is a set of letters generally added to the beginning or end of a root word to modify its meaning. And the two main types of affixes are prefix and suffix. And the examples like untouchable. It have three types. The prompts is affix, but in the inside of affix have prefix and suffix. Untouchable, is prefix, so, and the able is suffix. And the other example like impassable. Im means prefix and able means suffix. So the groups of prefix and suffix called affixes. And the parts of affixes that can borrowing by or from the other language like Latin and Greek. And there are very few rules in the additions of affixes in English and Anglo-Saxon affixes. The formula it can be Anglo-Saxon affixes or can be attached to Latin or Greek roots or vice versa. An extreme example is the words incomprehensibility, which is based on the simple root hen, original from Indo-European root word gent, meaning to grasp or seize, with no less than pipes affixes. In mean not, come mean with, pre mean before, and able means capable, and et it can be being. For the first, the affixes can be forms or based in Old English or Anglo-Saxons. And I will give the example. These are short words like referring to everyday life and are often irregular in spelling. Example like sleep, wake, rise, eat, drink, and etc. And many of these words seem irregular in spelling because they have been in use for centuries and so are likely to have been changed. And sometimes the words were copied incorrectly and the misspelling remained. Then so-called strong verbs change their vowel when forming the past tense, like swim and swamp. I think and touch, run and run, like that. Like the other example, I can swim 100 meters, but yesterday I swam only 50. So that's some example, and that word best from Old English or Anglo-Saxons. And how the word based on the Latin roots and these are longer words, usually of two or three chunks of or syllables, like they relate to abstract nouns and feelings, and are generally regular and spelling. Some are influenced by brands. Uh, a root word gives rise to many other words, just as the root of a plant can reproduce and produce many stems or branches. It is the basis of the words. Like the example from Latin word based on Latin roots. This is like the example verb dico or dictum means speak, spoken. So from this example, we can find words like contradictions. The meaning of the root word is changed by the affixes. Like contra means against or opposites, and ion indicating nouns and suggesting an action or results of an actions. So uh, from this affixes from these Latin roots means contradictions. And for me, contradictions may be described as a statement that expressing the opposites from the viewpoint. Signs of Latin borrowings are root words plus an affix or affixes. And an affix is a syllable or group of letters fixed onto or attached to a root words. That's called a prefix by adding some prefix and suffixes. So in the word contradictions, the prefix contra gives the word different meaning from the word word. To say, and the suffix ion suggests that is a noun. That before I explained about the Latin words from affixes. So now I will explain about the forms of word base of affixes from the Greek roots. Literally, these are similar to Latin roots in that the root usually comes from a from with affixes, prefix, and suffix added to it. And words are still being borrowed from Greek today to name new scientific, technical, and medical discoveries. And it seems Greek contains later combinations which do not occur in English. This makes the borrowing easy to recognize but more difficult to spell without understanding the roots that contain them. Signs of Greek borrowings are, and I will give the examples, that the letter PH as in telephone, or PS as in psychic, or RH as in rhyme, and the letter Y in the middle of a word where an I might be expected in English as in rhyme. So we can find the different meaning from these roots, from the Greek roots. It's totally different from the others, guys. So that's all the best rules of affixes that can I explains to you. In addition, some affixes addition are surprisingly recent. Officialdom and Bardom joined the ancient world kingdom as recently as the 20th century, and political denegations of political didn't appear. And for me, adding affixes remains the simplest and perhaps the commonest method of creating new words. So that's all, guys, the conclusions of what I know, what I have the knowledge about the history of English affixes, and I hope you will understand. So thank you and good afternoon.